Nutrien Wonderhub is Saskatchewan's only children's museums. Children's museums are incredibly unique in Canada. There's not too many of us across the country. And really what a children's museum is a cultural and educational institution that is designed specifically for children. So the exhibits that we have here throughout the Children's Museum, unlike a typical art gallery or museum where you might experience an exhibit that is more for passive observation, all of our exhibits are designed for hands-on interaction.
We have 10 different exhibit spaces, and they're all designed for children aged 0 to 9. On our main level, you'll find our Toontown exhibit, which features a small town with rotating facades. And every time you come and visit, the facade might have a different layout, like a bakery or a greenhouse, or maybe a vet office, something like that.
The Nutrien Wonderhub actually has a long history here in Saskatchewan. We were incorporated as a nonprofit organization in 2002. We were started, like so many great things in Saskatchewan, really thanks to the vision and energy of a really great group of volunteers who thought it would be fantastic to have a children's museum here in the province. So we began in 2002, and at that time we really had a van that would travel around to different parks, schools, festivals happening in Saskatoon and surrounding area. From there, we opened our first brick and mortar location, and some people here in Saskatoon might remember that. That was located at Market Mall. And then in 2019, we opened our doors here at the historic Mendel Building.
We also have an exhibit called Little Bridges, which is really fantastic. It looks like Saskatoon. It features several of our iconic bridges from the city, and the space is actually designed with developmental milestones for those ages 0 to 3 in mind. So there's everything for little babies who are just learning how to sit up to your little toddlers that are just learning how to run around, and it's a really great space for them to engage.
We like to prioritize inclusivity and accessibility here at Nutrien Wonderhub. So we look at everything from how do we reduce financial barriers to access. We have a partnership with Saskatoon Public Libraries where we have passes that library card holders can take out from a number of branches in order to access the museum free of charge. We also do special visits throughout the year, such as low sensory or immunocompromised visits, recognizing that some people need a different type of experience than we might offer each and every day. So really we're thinking about the different needs and preferences of that community and figuring out what we can do in order to meet the needs of children and family that we serve.
Another exhibit we have, which is really popular and fantastic, is Northwoods and Gathering Space. What's really special about that space is it's a quiet zone, and it's a nod to our northern communities. It looks like a bit of the boreal forest from up north.
Nutrien Wonderhub truly is a world-class children's museum. We worked with professional designers, exhibit manufacturers. The community was very involved in helping to develop the types of exhibits that we see here today.
Amazing Airways is a really fun exhibit that lets children and families explore essentially like an HVAC system. You can change the direction of the airflow and work together to make these flying objects shoot out over your head and catch them. So it's actually quite fun.
I think that when you enter this space, it feels very welcoming and very magical and awe-inspiring.
North Gallery features 3 different exhibits. There's our Boxes of Fun, which focus on different sensory experiences. We have one that's focused on sound, one that's focused on touch and feel, and an exhibit called Mystery Box, which changes every time you come. So there's always something new to discover.
My favorite exhibit within Nutrien Wonderhub is called Cosmic Commotion. This is an exhibit by Japanese-Canadian artist Toshiko Horiuchi McAdam. It's a hand-woven structure, a 3D structure that allows children and families who might dare to climb as well to enter the work of art and to weave through the different layers and find their way inside. So to date, this is the only work by this artist that is installed permanently in Canada. It's truly a beautiful piece that is not only a work of art, but is an immersive experience for children as well.
What we really love at the museum is that caregivers and their children interact and can have fun too. So even though it's a children's museum, it truly is for everyone, and everyone will be able to learn and have fun together.
And you flow through from Toontown to Little Bridges to the Northwoods. We have spaces out on 2 levels with exhibits on each.
In the lower level of the Children's Museum, you'll come across Spotlight, which is a really fun space where we change out what's happening in it regularly. So you might find an in-house design that we've done as a team. You might find a touring exhibit from another museum, or you might find a partnership collaboration that we've put together. In the lower level, you're going to come across the Discovery Mine, which is actually built off of a real mine in Saskatchewan. So when you come through it, it's as though you're going down into the mine. You get to put on your hard hat and your safety gear and clock in as a geologist.
Obviously, our title sponsor is Nutrien, so we have a really great partnership with them. And so I would say that Discovery Mine exhibit would be one of the things that makes this a very unique museum.
When you go into the mine, you'll be able to drive down into the space. You'll get to operate the boring machine. You'll get to fix one of the Jeeps and trucks. And then you'll get to explore some interactive components that let you learn more about what's underground in Saskatchewan. When we're planning different activities or different exhibits at the museum, we take a really collaborative approach to it. So we have people in visitor experience, people in education, and people at exhibits, and we all come together to talk about a concept and then a plan and then how to execute it. We really like to take a look at the exhibits and our programs globally and see how does everything fit together. Can one program help reinforce and feed off of another one? And how can we make sure there's lots of connections between what we do?
We have some great spaces throughout the museum that are designed specifically for temporary or traveling exhibits. So that's something that we're really thinking about as we move to the future, is while we have permanent exhibits, which our community knows and loves, and we work really hard to keep up to date and in great working order, we also want to start to imagine, what can we bring in each year to offer fantastic new experiences and different learning opportunities.
We're inspired by other children's museums. There's some really great programming that takes place at our sister museums across the country, as well as the United States. And then our team has lots of fun, cool ideas. We tend to build off of some inspiration that people have brought to the table and see what can we create in-house. We really believe that play is learning. So everything is rooted in play, and that is the cornerstone of what we do. So no matter what you come and experience at the museum, you're gonna know that it's gonna be hands-on and playful, not just for little kids, but for grown-ups too.
So as a nonprofit charitable organization here in Saskatchewan, this museum would not exist the way we do today without the support of our community. So that ranges from the volunteers who originally had the vision to create a children's museum here in Saskatchewan to our current volunteers today. We also have many individual philanthropists who supported the capital campaign to build the museum here within the Mendel Building, and many of those donors continue to support us today, and we're always working with new supporters as well. And then of course there's corporate sponsors who we work very closely with and who help us to deliver programs and experiences that we would not be able to offer without their support. And then there's many grant funders too.
If you have program ideas you'd like to see on maxTV Local, let us know at SaskTel.com/local.